Okay, hi again. So I have just got few pieces. I have to make sure that they don't get wet. Yeah, so I'm just going to start applying them. And I changed the water because there was some slip in there. So I guess we'll start from maybe this side. Seems a little bit rough in here. Maybe I'll use my finger, make sure it's all nice and smooth, because the sponge does have a little bit of roughness to it. As I said, like when I first started making pottery, I didn't give too much attention to these little details, but as you evolve and you keep making these things, you realize that there are important steps that you can't actually ignore, because it will make a difference. The final result, it will actually, you can see the difference, because as we all know, the kiln doesn't forgive. So you have to make sure everything is done in order to make sure that you're gonna get the same like a consistent result of your work. Because like, let's say for example a customer ordered 5 mugs that are the same, then I'll have to make sure that they look the same. I mean, it's hard with handmade, but we can only try. Anyway, so I'll start with the first one, and you always have to be careful that you put it on the right side. So this is the side that goes on the actual mug, because if you can see, this is dark. I mean, it's more vibrant than this side. Sometimes I make these mistakes when I am in a hurry. So I'll just start maybe here, and with the sponge, it's better to start in the center. I have to squeeze my sponge very well, because if the water gets into this nice texture, it will just wipe it out, and I don't want to lose that nice texture. So yeah, it starts in the middle and then walk your way to the edges. So now, because I did apply water as well on the clay itself, I would say that I will get a better result. So I'll try to find, I have to be very careful, these wet hands should not touch the texture. It will wipe it out. Okay, let's see if that's gonna match. So this is gonna go this way. I hope you guys all can see. Yeah, I think it's gonna look okay here. So this one is easier than the one that I was working on yesterday, because with this one I can cut each individual flower and apply it on the mug. With the other one, it was harder because I had to cover the whole area, and because of the shape of the mug, the tissue thread, the paper itself will bend, and you will not just get the perfect result. I think the perfect result for tissue transfer is to apply it on a slab of clay, so for hand building, because you will just you don't even have to cut anything. You will just apply the whole sheet on a sheet of slab, and you will get like the perfect result. But I like wheel throwing. I'm back to wheel throwing. It's interesting because I find wheel thrown mugs sells more on Etsy, whereas hand building mugs where they sell more in the shops, in that nice Japanese shop at West End. Some people, they don't like the mug to look perfect, because they go, if the mug looks perfect, well, and it doesn't have imperfection, they think that it looks like you know, like a supermarket mug, like, you know, the mug that you buy from the shop. But if it does have imperfections, which you find that usually in the hand building mugs, because you can't make them as perfect as you can do with wheel thrown. You can, like with practice, some people do, but I find nothing will be the same as wheel thrown. We'll see, there's so much water, so I'm just gonna go this way because I don't want the water to get down to that nice texture. See, it's a very delicate process and very time consuming, but I love it. I don't think I would ever want to do something else. So I reckon that's gonna look nice. And all these little gaps, I can add a little bit of extra in between. So I have to always remember to use the vibrant side on the actual surface. And it's nice when you apply it randomly. It doesn't have to be, you can, oh, see, too much water. It's nice to have a plan and be strategic, but also you do need that little bit of imperfection. So I won't touch that side because it has a little bit of water. I'll just wait until it dries. So yeah, I will keep doing this and then add a little bit of extra flowers. And then, as I said, I will leave the handle just white. So inside this mug, we're gonna have obsidian and blue rutile, or blue rutile, whatever you like to say. And then on the tissue transfer part, I'm gonna have ice, or I could actually try the new glaze I received from Ameco, which is just, it's called Zahara Zinc Free Clear. I could try that one. On the shuttering, I usually do obsidian sponged off and then ice. I'm not sure, I might try to experiment with something else. But every time you experiment with something else, you always experiment on a test style first, not on a piece that you spend so much time on. So yeah, I will be continuing with this, and then I'll start peeling it all off, and I will show you how it's gonna look like.